So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. And I tell you what, boy, only lucky I here this morning, yes? I ain't lying. If that the same cold Chris get, well, boy, I supposed to be home, I'm telling you. Honest to God. Boy, you know, I know I'm surviving this 2 hours. Just now. We go see. All right. I ain't lying, eh? I'll leave here Friday. I'm about to ready this hot shot. Yeah, boy. By Friday evening, total mashup, you know. Cola Saturday, I don't. Cola yesterday, I don't. Yeah. All right. The Vinci mask, boy. All right, so good morning, and good morning to all the regional viewers, those of you watching us internationally. Of course, hope everybody had a terrific weekend. We're going to get into some discussion here on a couple things that was in the media over the weekend, and I'll let you know what that is in a little bit, including those CPEP contracts as reported by CNC3. There was a report on the news over the weekend with some councillors and thing, PNM councillors, that received some $10 million in contracts over. We'll get some thoughts on that. But before we do that, Benjamin says ID law will make policing easier. We'll talk about that ID thing too, because he called me but put a post on X or wherever it was, misrepresenting the whole situation or trying to sensationalize it. And I realize that the word dictatorship is being bandied about regularly these days. It's like, all of us are awake for the last 10 years? Like some of the people who talking now talk now. All of us awake? All you're talking about, all you're concerned about independent offices now? All you serious? All you're concerned about independent offices? People concerned about that now? What we deem to be independent office holders? Or independent positions? All of a sudden people talking about that. That's everywhere that's been spoken of. Let me remind you that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, of the PNM government, installed a PNM president. The president is supposed to be an independent office, not one of a political creature. That is what we have in the president's house right now, a political creature. And no Wally want to talk about independent offices, no Wally are concerns. But where that was all the time? Where was the concern for independent office holders and independent institutions when Gary Griffith was waving a whole flag show saying, hey, look, the Prime Minister just misbehaved in public office. He went and intercepted a merit list. Where these people were? They were alive or they no born? Nah, they're talking that they had a no born. You had a no born. Had to. Anyway. Amin admits local government funding challenge but says government not relying on property tax. Apparently there was some headline that misrepresented what she said, and it was in another paper, and I think she let out papers know what time it is and to retract that headline or whatever the case might be. Oh, look at right here. In the media release on July 13, the ministry said the headline in the Guardian newspaper titled Amin's project plan stall without property tax funds is inaccurate and sensational. Well, you're going to get a lot of that for the next 5 years. A lot of sensationalism and, all sorts of narratives. I mean, this would have been, it's par for the course, you know, that people who silent under one party all of a sudden is find a voice. And then, of course, with the situation that the government is bringing to play here. And it's true. When you look at the history, the PNM has run the country for what, 53 years? They're about 53 years out of the 60-something. So you can't tell me that within that time, they didn't infiltrate almost every independent office in the country because they were in control. Yeah? When the Constitution was created, who was there to oppose? I don't know. I wasn't born yet, so I don't know. Maybe somebody could tell me. All right, so that's on the front page of the paper with Khadija Amin. Father and daughter freed after confrontation with police. Deputy Commissioner says ID law will make policing easier. Man held in Monrepo for drunk driving. Ministry of Health says protect yourself from mosquitoes. Family including 2 children injured in Princestown crash. Woman and 5 others held in South. On the Ministry of Health with the mosquitoes. Yes, it is the rainy season, right? And they're warning against diseases like dengue and Zika and chikungunya. You know how long I knew about chikungunya? Lord Father, people will still get that? Anyway, what is going on with those early morning treatments? What is going on with that? We haven't been having that for the longest while, all through the pandemic, wherever. You know, it seems like that came to a stop. I remember when the Ministry of Health through the insect vector department used to drive around early in the morning, all 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Spraying. You used to hear the little truck coming, right? And you know they're spraying, right? So what is going on with that? That stopped? I mean, warning people, from the Ministry of Health perspective, if you're warning people about mosquitoes, you have to have something in place for treatment, right? So activate those departments, and let the relative personnel, those who are hired to do so, come out and start assessing the place. Long time, they used to give out granules that you just go and throw in the water, kill the larvae. You understand? You know, so those of you with a water tank and things like that, you know, you throw the granules inside your water tank. Because remember, mosquito don't breathe in dirty water, they breathe in clean water. All right? Take it from me, I was in pest control. WASA promises 24/5 water supply for some central customers. Planning Ministry signs off on UN Development Framework. Attorney demands front page apology and damages over defamatory reports. And that's Attorney Martin George, who is on a sexual offense charge, 2 sexual offense charges. And he too is demanding a front page apology. What is going on with the papers these days? Which paper that was? Oh, that's the Express now. So one was the Guardian and one was the Express. Amen that the Newsday is not involved in that. All right? But he is demanding an apology as well. PNM MPs tell BTM we've experienced poverty. The PNM MPs is telling the BTM that they have experienced poverty. And I saw little clips of Starboy Kareem Marcel again talking. If I was, give him iron line. Let he talk in every meeting all you have. Yeah. I have never come across anybody. And listen, it takes plenty for me to say this, because all you know, if it have anybody that's go after Fitzgerald Hines is me. But I do not think I have heard anybody make less sense than Karim Marcel on a political platform. I'm serious. I am still trying to, ascertain, what is the position and purpose of the PNM at this time. And if you're confused by the words that are coming out of my mouth and you say, Stefan, boy, you will say that, just go take a listen to it. Just go and take a listen. It's, I don't know. I really, really don't know. As a lamented determination of the jobs of CPEP, forestry, and other workers, several opposition MPs said they too had experienced poverty in their early lives. Okay. What did they do in the last 10 years to relieve people of poverty? What did you all do for the last 10 years? Having experienced poverty in your early days and being able to connect with those on the lower end of the economic scale, what did you do to take those people out of poverty and into a position of stability? For God's sake, please, tell us. With the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Yeah? Tell us now. Tell us. Encourage the rich to get rich so the poor could get jobs. Was that the plan? Modern day slavery. What have you all done in more than half a decade, half a century of running a country to take those same people that has voted for you religiously and put them into a position of prominence? What did you all do? And you see, this is what is getting me vexed, boy. Let me not get agitated this morning. Eh? Residents concerned about proposed hotel at Rocky Point. Students support raising rum, weed, and gambling age. Well, all right. Well, students, don't let Faris Al-Rawi here always say that, eh? Or for all you know, I wonder if that's probably the Indian students. Because according to Faris, raising the age for weed is an attack on African youths. Yeah? And by the way, later this week, Dr. Watson will be on, and she will be talking about that age increase and why it is important to not engage in smoking marijuana or marijuana use before the age of 25. It's very interesting. She's going to talk about that. UE Guild backs PM's proposal to raise legal age for substance abuse. The UE Guild as well. But all don't let Faris Al-Rawi know that. Let me close the newspaper before I see some kind of headline that will trip me off this morning. I done in feeling good. You understand? Again, you know that pain that is when you have the cold and it's a head cold. You know that pain right here, so that kind of sinus pain? God, I done getting that already. I ain't able to compound that with a headache. Right? Far less one manufactured by the opposition. Anyway, you laugh at that, eh? A serious way. No, but anybody who think, trust me. All you go, all listen to Karim Marcel. If I was the government, I want him to talk right through. I'm telling you. And lest we forget, I mean, you know, let me say what I was going to say, boy. Let me just move on. I'm telling you, it's yeah. All right. So as we prepare to move on, 16 minutes past your 6 o'clock, We got Eid Nights on this morning, a little bit later on in the second hour. But we want to remind you about the Culinary range of products, which is backed by science. Oh, no. Eid Nights is later on this morning. I'm talking about Culinary. Hard luck there. You was quick on the draw. But, you draw too fast. All right. Of course, the Culinary range of products is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. It's made from that aged garlic extract, and there are several products in the Culinary range, including the Culinary Cleanse and Digestion, the Culinary Blood Pressure Health, the Culinary Cholesterol Health, the Culinary Total Heart Health, and the Culinary Circulation Health, all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all includes the aged garlic extract formulation. The Keo Green Powder Drink Mix is also available, along with the Keodophilus Probiotics. And you could get these products at any pharmacy or health store across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. Also, I want to remind you about Flow Armor. Of course, you can get non-stop protection with Armor Security, with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. It's Armor Security, powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro Security, protection that moves to your beat. You could visit discoverflow.co for details. All right, that is Flow Armor. Make sure and check them out today. And we also want to remind you about elders. So if you're not happy with your child's end of term results, don't worry. Enroll them in Elders Vacation Bootcamp classes and get them serious about their education and improve those grades for the new school term. Also, Elders has the 8 weeks conversational Spanish class, and that is open to students who just finished SEA, Form 1 to 5 students and adults. You could call them on 627-8642 or WhatsApp them on 715-5480. You could also visit them at 48A Pembroke Street in Port of Spain. That is Elders. And with that, we take the first break. And I tell you what, I forgot my phone. I forget, well, we have the phone line here in studio, the WhatsApp line. But I don't know, boy. First, my head in a mess this morning. I leave my phone home, yes? Pressure? All right, so if you're trying to contact me on my number, those of you who have it, it's just going to ring. Or if you send a message, you're not going to get a reply because I don't have the phone on me this morning. So we take the break. When we come back from the break, we'll visit that CPEP clip, courtesy CNC3 News. We'll take some calls and comments on that before we move on to other things this morning. Stay tuned.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
No time to Oasis Vacation Join Elders Classes Vacation Bootcamp.
Our vacation program has a wide range of CSEC subjects. Also, this vacation, we have an 8 weeks conversational Spanish course. Tradition allows us at Elders to pass on what we know and what we love.
Drill them this vacation. No kicks. Join your batch.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tommy used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look, something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and we are just about 25 minutes past your 6 o'clock. Want to get into the first order of business, and this report is courtesy CNC3 News. It's about those CPEP contracts, or a couple of them that were given out. Take a listen to this.
Reveals that San Fernando City Councillors, past and present, have received multi-million-dollar CPEP contracts. Joshua Samungal investigates.
Two separate companies owned by a current San Fernando City Corporation councillor and a former councillor received CPEP contracts worth close to $10 million from 2020, the Guardian Media Investigative Desk can reveal. The first company, Kudos Cleaning Maintenance Company Limited, is owned by PNM's Monrepo Navet councillor Nigel Cotier and a close female relative. Between February 2022 and March 2023, Kudos Cleaning received 2 contracts worth $3.7 million. The first contract was a 1-year agreement from February 2022. The second contract is a 6-year deal signed in March 2023. Cotier was elected as a San Fernando councillor in the 2019 local government elections. He was re-elected in 2023. CNC3 News wrote the Integrity Commission seeking to find out whether Cotier filed Kudos Cleaning in his public life documents. The commission said it could not legally share the information. The Integrity Commission mandates that all public life persons must file income, liabilities, and registrable interests annually. A second company, Marisho Maintenance Limited, was awarded $6.7 million in contracts between March 2020 and 2023. As of 2018, Marisho Maintenance lists its directors as former Marabella West councillor Jennifer Marisho and her daughter Jamila Marisho St. Hill. Jennifer was a former Southwest Regional Health Authority director, while Jamila was the PNM's candidate for Marabella West in the 2023 local government elections. The contracts were signed despite the company being struck off from the company registry. When a company is struck off, it can no longer legally engage in business activities, as it ceases to be a legal entity. CNC3 News sought comment from the councillor Cotier and Mayor Robert Paris, but did not get one. Marisho director Jamila Marisho St. Hill told CNC3 News that she had nothing to say on the issue. Councillor Cotier, however, found time to upload and post a video to his Facebook page. In announcing a full audit of CPEP in early June, Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath accused the PNM of using CPEP as a means to reward party loyalists. He claims some contractors received as much as $50,000 monthly in management fees. Joshua Simangal, CNC3 News.
In response, former CPEP chairman Joel Edwards told CNC3 News that he didn't see any conflict of interest with a sitting councillor getting a contract, telling us, quote, "I never paid attention to the names of the contractors or the owners of the companies. In any event, these contracts would have been awarded before my time at CPEP."
All right. So we're going to take some calls on that. I have no comment. Good morning. Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man.
The guy was reading this news there, and my blood frothing. I said, I wonder if I could get Stefan this morning. Stefan, I say that from A1 after the election was won. Somebody have to be responsible, and this will be the beginning of Trinidad and Tobago. Somebody responsible for the mess. This is a total mess, and this is what I was expecting. And who wasn't expecting that? Well, I know. This is the things that start coming out, and it has worse than that to come out. You asked a question. What is coming out from the PNM out? That what coming out now? You understand? The nastiness, the mess that Rowley leave there coming out now. You understand? Have a nice day, Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Yeah, man. Yep. It's interesting that the former chairman of CPEP in the report, he said he didn't see a conflict of interest with a sitting councillor getting contracts, and he didn't pay attention to the names and the companies when awarding contracts. Hello, good morning. In any event, the contract was given out before he came in. But, morning.
Morning. You know, you say something that is very important. This going to, a lot of these things going to jump out in the next few years, right? Mm-hmm. And it might be more than 5 years. And you see, supporters of the PNM, I want to tell them that it's okay to support something that this government doing that is good for the country. It's okay. If it's a supporter of the PNM, they will die, right? And if it's a supporter of the UNC, it's okay if the media would say something that maybe you don't agree with your government, right? Yeah. The media are not there to try to say everything good about the government that is there. So Guardian Media put out something about an issue, and they use the word stalled. And then Guardian Media put out something about this CPEP thing that UNC supporters will agree with. So you can't pick and choose what you feel to agree with or not. It's the news. You could watch it unfold, you could have your opinion, but to castigate a media house because you don't like the reports on either side of the fence, it's kind of unfair. And I feel Akash faced a brunt for that question he asked the Prime Minister early. And I find like he rolled back. And I want to encourage media people, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to print the news as it is, because you're going to get licked. Anyhow you take it, you're going to get licked on either side of the fence. That is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, man, no problem. No problem. Yeah. But my thoughts on it is this. Okay, we're finding out all of this and how contracts were awarded and so on and so forth, right? And what is the way forward for CPEP? When are we going to hear about the way forward? We're hearing about the restructuring, we're hearing about all the contracts that were given out, who was getting contract, who are affiliated to the PNM, whoever. But there has to come a point where, for the sake of the workers, the rollout of the restructuring is publicized and people have an understanding as to how CPEP is going to move forward. Morning.
You know what?
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, the CPEP workers are being used as pawns because when they went to protest in Port of Spain, none of the contractors who eat our food, you didn't see any of them there. They just had the regular workers on the ground going in Port of Spain to protest. And if you really look at it, how could a company that struck off the registry still be getting contracts?
Contracts, yeah.
Let me be real because...
And a 6-year contract, yeah?
If your company... You understand? So if your company no longer in existence and you still getting contract, but you see some people greedy, they want to eat from them plate and they want to eat from your plate too. So they could care less about the poor man.
Yeah.
And Marvelous Marva having meeting, and I wanted to go to the man meeting, but then when I hear he giving out no macaroni pie, what sense it make I going to do?
All right, man. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, morning. Good morning.
Hey, Stefan, good morning.
What's up?
Listen, this is an atrocity, right? And there are so much illegalities about it. It's so blatant, right? Ryan Baker is holding on for JW today, and when I put the TV on, it came on, right? And I was just there when, you know what he was saying? He was saying, yes, there are persons who may have had contracts given out to them and so on, which were not in alignment with, you know, what should be. But he said he has an issue with the workers. Those people who needed to come out and make a living, whether you're being paid a salary fortnightly or monthly and stuff, he said he has a real issue that they are legitimate in their endeavors in trying to get this. But Ryan, for once, is missing the whole point. The genesis of this was not to have this dependency syndrome in these workers.
Correct.
And you think the government is really going to leave them on the breadline? You don't know. And you cannot say that, Ryan, and the rest of the country. And if you are government minister and you get in contract, anybody in this entire country are trying to tell you that it's illegal. Come on, wake up, people. Let's do what is right for once in our lives.
Okay.
All right, second.
Yeah, I think, thanks, sir. I think everybody trying to use trying to play on the sympathy game by focusing the conversation to the workers. But if the workers are employed by a company that is operating, let's say, illegally, or a ghost company that has been set up and is not registered and things like that, and they have employed workers, then there is no, although the workers were employed by such company, they may not have known what the company's business or lack of business was, but they are now victims, not because of the government taking the position on the CPEP contracts, but they are victims based on what their employer was doing. Morning. So the focus shouldn't be government to workers, it's employer to workers. Morning.
Morning. Faris Alwari in his meeting was trying to push the media to investigate and to keep the government on the tools, which is a good thing. And he tell them to fact check everything that the government says. But in fact checking now it backfired. So everything now is looking backward. Now once everybody in Trinidad and Tobago is entitled to any form of benefit, you must be able to follow the rules and must stand the scrutiny and the test of time.
Yeah.
The way forward is that the government has said it, is that if CPEP gets back on stream, because they have options to close it down just like how Rowley closed down anything that was causing a problem. But they don't want to do that. What they said is that people from the areas, from the constituencies, contractors will apply from there, and the people who live in these constituencies
will get the work.
Yes, so it's not certain people here, there are only a few selected people in Mali.
Hence, hence the reason for the first CPEP community.
Correct.
Go on.
You see, that is something that they're not looking at. And at the same time, from now onward, you will see so many things coming out. So many fires they want to set in order to disrupt the government, some movement forward. And it is good because it will keep the government on the toes to get things done properly.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, everybody will be happy because if you're looking at what happened in the USA, for the first 6 or 7 or 8 months, Trump was under tremendous pressure. Now things falling in place. And the same thing will happen again also because when you lose, you don't give up easily. You still want to bite and bite.
Yeah.
So as I say, the young man from Lavatel, who have these people in poverty all of these years? Who are the people who have been in poverty? So if they were in government all the time, or they didn't rise out of poverty, or they still cutting grass and picking up things from the dump?
Exactly.
Come on. Thanks for wake up. But because you're going good so far.
All right.
Like they can't find the right amount of money for things to fall in place quickly.
Yeah.
What's happen? You have to defend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, people have to remember what we're in. Today is what? The 14th of July. It hasn't been 3 months yet. This is the opening. This come like the opening. The openers now coming here. They're the openers in the cricket match. So there's the first set of overs that they're facing, right? And in those first overs, they're going back and they're checking to see where the money gone. Because remember, during the election campaign, the PNM asked them, but where all you getting the money from? They said, we go find the money. So finding the money takes some research. You had to go back. Because they had to go now and look and see where they could cut out waste, mismanagement and everything in terms of finding the money. It don't just start with, well, we in now and we go move forward. Morning. Same thing. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
You know the melodies or the noise we hear coming out from the opposition bench is that they don't see nothing wrong with these kind of things that is being uncovered. You know, when Fitzgerald Hines was there, he gave himself a A+ rating when being the Minister of National Security with the most murder in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Now we're listening to all these things coming out. And the people who we put it come like you put a cat to guard cheese. Them telling you, here what, half of the block of cheese gone. But that is normal. Don't worry. And who are the people now to follow these people who know they're doing something wrong? Something had to be wrong between this country and about. And last week I make a statement there, and I want to correct that concerning the fellow who went to buy the car and get murdered. And I said that within a month or two, we would see something like this happening again. Well, I'm correcting that statement. If it didn't take a month or two, it took about 2 days. Before next, a set of people went somewhere to buy a vehicle from a soldier.
They left Superior. They left Superior and went up to Mova to buy a vehicle.
Boy, you know what happened to me, but I feel like I got fish living on land in this country. Something had to be wrong with me because I can't believe that I walk in among people and this is what they're doing after all the hearing and seeing and living and being a part of. Something had to be wrong with me.
Yeah.
Have a good morning, sir.
For real. Thanks a lot. All right, 20 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. I'll take this final call here before we take a short break and come back with more calls. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, direct. Yeah, morning. Morning there, go ahead.
I have a question, right? The thing is that after all this audit and trying to figure out where all this money gone, why does CPEP can't go underneath like a local government ministry where it has a proper oversight instead of giving out all these individual contracts where all this bubble that's happening, you know? And that way you have proper supervision in all the communities around Trinidad and Tobago. You're hiring the people. Because here it is, when you have these contractors, you're seeing that the CPEP workers come out and it is about 100 feet road they cutting down, and it's every day they cutting down the same piece of road. And money just going, you know, and it wasting. And here it is, you saying it's millions of dollars. So you need a structure where, okay, the supervisor getting $25 an hour, the laborer getting $15 or $17 an hour. So you need a proper oversight, like put it under a ministry where it can be properly supervised. Because it has things like all the rivers need clearing, all the trees that falling down, the ocean, the seafront need cleaning, all these things that fall under CPEP, and you could have permanent work.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, but caller, CPEP already is under the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government. It's a company, the CPEP Company Limited. It's an agency under the local government, the rural and rural development and local government ministry. All right, and has been since inception. So what you're saying there, this is not a company that is operating by itself. It's under a ministry. Hence the reason why Faris Al-Rawi, who was the former Minister of Local Government, was the one that jumped out and spoke about this and said that there are mass firings coming at CPEP and all kind of thing. Because Faris knew what was going on inside of there. Right? The situation here, oh God, we're 15 minutes away from 7 o'clock, is that in order to fix this, people have to understand that to change something, you have to move away from what is considered to be normal. You understand? And I am not going to sit here and pretend, although all of this is coming out now, and this may be the most glaring way that contracts were handed out, CPEP contracts were handed out, I am not going to dismiss the possibility, because I am very sure if I go back and you check CPEP contracts awarded under the UNC or the People's Partnership or whatever, it would have been the same type of formula that was being used here. It would have been used as a feeding frenzy for party loyalists and supporters, right? I'm very sure if you go back. But okay, that's going back, and we could admit that and so on and so forth. But how do we move forward and correct the problem? In order to correct the problem, we have to move away from what is considered normal. This could never be normal practice. You see, in this situation, it could never be considered a normal practice when companies that were struck out by the registry were still getting 5- and 6-year contracts. How that going on? How that happening? How that possible? If you're doing your checks and your balances, anything running correct. You see, it's been normal practice for ghost gangs to exist and things of that nature, right? And CPEP to be used as a political tool in the past. All of that became the norm. But we had to move away from the norm now, and to move away from the norm, to fix the problem, you have to do things properly. And what they're trying to do is now restructure. This new coming, or this second coming of Kamala Prasad Bisesa, seems to be a coming where she recognizes the mistakes of her past and is trying to correct them in the present for the future. I have no problem with that. Especially when I think the average man in Trinidad and Tobago understands, yes now, eh? Right. When the average man understands that programs like CPEP and URP have been abused for years. They have been, and we just allow it to happen. Since I small, I hear about ghost gang. Men that just show up, sign in, and go about their business and get paid. You understand? In mix a cement for the day and do nothing for the day. They just sign in and they go on about their business and a check come in. And when that check come and they get, let me say $700 or whatever, somebody had to get $200 or $300 out of that and they get $4. And it's a whole kickback thing and a whole bacchanal. Much like what was going on with live sport. A lot of that was going on in live sport as well. A lot of these government-funded programs, these are the things that happen. Now, do you blame the ministers right up to the top? Because a lot of the corruption that takes place is a lot of middle management corruption, you know. You understand? But in this case, with CPEP and these contracts being awarded, and the manner in which things were being done, you could clearly see that it was politics at play, and the big boys knew what they were doing. You understand? So I could dismiss some corruption as middle management, but in this case, I don't think this is middle management corruption. I think this is fellas like that on the street right now, knowing exactly what they were doing and who they were giving it to. You understand? Now, I was going to take a break here, but I'll take a couple calls. One of our viewers just messaged me here. The CPEP was not supposed to be on the government control. Exactly. The structure was that under the Green One companies, especially the major companies in certain districts, would have had control of the contractors on their name to promote and clean certain areas under the Green Fund and have monitoring of the jobs done by the local government anyway. There's a way it should have been done, and that was a proposal when this person handed it to Rahal, who was the minister at the time. All right, but let me just go back to the phone line and take a call. Morning. But I think they're under the rural, they are under rural development and local government. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Stefan, I'll call you back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, you say you'll call me back? All right, no problem. I'll take about, let me see if I can squeeze 3 now and then we'll go to the break. All right, because I don't watch any time here. So I might as well take the couple calls and then take the break and come back with the second hour. All right? All right, nice, man. Deep South says, let me see, good morning, bro. I watch your program every day. The PNM has been talking for the past 10 years. Now is the time for less talk and more action. Have a great day. I think that's what a lot of people want. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Stefan, good morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
So if the government didn't change hands, these reporters were not investigate nothing then?
No, nobody would have known, because nobody would have known this was going on if the government didn't change hands, because obviously...
Yeah. I understand, because 30-some companies, according to the minister, who spoke on the podium. I think he called a certain number of companies that have been struck off the registry and one don't exist at all on the registry. Now, the same Mr. Yeshome just now here, in this CNC3 clip, he said argue the case, follow the money. And money laundering laws.
Yeah.
Right? And they even amend the law that if you get charged with money laundering, because they didn't like how the court was moving, they get $25 million cash bail and $50 million cash bail. Right? So what let's say one thing, because you have an NGO, and then many people walking in the Utah Toronto, they go our companies. And you had to file documents. You understand?
Yeah.
1,000,001 documents you had to file.
Correct.
You understand? And you giving people who haven't filed the documents on time, which include, most likely, the taxes, etc., government contract.
Yeah, your annual returns, yeah.
Yeah, and anybody investigating if this company is paying these workers NIS, if it paid in full, if the records upkept,
Yeah.
Because you have 15 years to work to get an NIS pension.
Yeah.
Some people might say, boy, I go work at 3, 4 years or 5 years in this entity here to make up my years.
Correct.
Etc. etc. You know what it is out there. Me and I really not spell for nobody out there.
Right.
Right? So the government had to change hands for investigative report into CPEP.
Yeah.
Yes, and CPEP was to be a stepping stone. Meaning, I believe it was you work in the morning and you do some kind of
and you still
assisted course in the evening.
Exactly.
Right? So every 6 months or every 1 year, you get gainfully employed, you go register a business, etc., and then move up in life. You understand?
Yeah.
I believe this was really a stepping stone.
Right.
People that was. It wasn't to live there for 5 years and 10 years and thing.
Correct.
You understand? That what kind of motivation you have in life to be doing that for 10 years?
Yeah. All right.
You understand? Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Right.
And I think in the way that they're trying to restructure it, if CPEP was to become that community base where people within the community getting employed and the contractors have to come within the community. Remember, I keep telling all about community development. Morning. I'll get back to that just now. I'm going to take this call. Hello?
Morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. No, I'm glad you're on this. I'm glad you're on CPEP this morning. I want advisors of the UNC to be mindful. You made a blunder and an error over the weekend. Stefan, do you know that CPEP workers have a fortnight inside and was to be paid Friday gone?
Yeah, I saw the article where they said that they weren't paid and they were supposed to be paid. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell the advisor to the UNC what you just did to the country. You just gave Miss Beckers fuel. You heard that woman say, come back home now. And you send back a whole group of people automatically. Right now, we are Friday in Port of Spain. You see a lot of CPEP workers in the bookless in town by the bank quarreling and making bacchanal. This morning in Trinidad, got a real bacchanal in CPEP. Why you all didn't make a press release and let the people them know what it is going on with the small money? Because I want to say this before I go. To the people them in CPEP, they have a little susu. They own shopkeepers. They're borrowing money from money lenders around the community.
Right.
You put these people on a position.
Okay.
Let them know something. Let them know something so the people who they're dealing with will understand the situation. What it is you do. You done already the PNM use that as a political tool already. These people will go back to the PNM and when local elections come along, we the activists and yourself, Stephen, will have a harder work. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, my brother. Thanks a lot. I agree with him 100%. I saw the headline over the paper where the workers were not paid. And I said, well, you know, if you're going to make these moves and you're going to start with all of this that's coming out now with all these contracts, nobody's going to, I don't think nobody's going to fuss over the cleaning up of CPEP, right? And its structure and systems. I think nobody is going to fuss when they see the new plan for CPEP. But what is happening is, if you're saying, because I remember that, I think it was Padarat said that the workers would be paid, or contractors would be paid for the period, for the interim period while the restructuring takes place and whatever. And this is the thing, according to what the caller just said, when you fall short and those payments aren't made, right? And people going by the bank and the thing and the money ain't reach yet, and it creates a whole drama, right? It gives the opposition now strength, right? When I say strength, it gives them a reason to come to the media and make another claim and cause another drama or another bacchanal. So if you're going to make those payments, make sure those payments on time. All right, the people should be paid if you say you're going to pay them. So I agree with the caller 100% because they're going to use it as, you know, a narrative in politics and that kind of thing, and, you know, they could use it against you. So you're trying not to give them a reason you're not giving them a reason or you're not giving them something to use against you. So if you say you're going to do something, you better be on time, especially in a sensitive situation like this. I agree with that 100%. We got to take a break. As we go to the break, and we'll come back to the phone line, but as we go to the break, I want to remind you about Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy, right? Why manage a disease when you could reverse them naturally? They specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and more, digestive disorders, hypertension, drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You can call or WhatsApp Setwayo Laborde on 279-3935 or 761-1952. Book your appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. Remember, Set is all about nutrition. And finally, I also want to remind you about Ignites. So Ignites Clinic, of course, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and more. They also offer consultation services, including live blood analysis, diabetes, heart disease, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. And you could visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trinity, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at ignitesdistributors@gmail.com. And Ignites will be on a little bit later on in the second hour. We will be back after this with your phone calls and a couple other things that was in the news over the weekend. Stay tuned.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645 775-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading. Quality products at unbeatable prices.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisure Limited. Quality you can trust.
Calypso lovers, get ready for a night of musical nostalgia as Trinidad and Tobago says thank you, Sparrow. Enjoy electrifying appearances from today's stars as they perform the greatest hits from the mighty Sparrow.
Like Chuck Gordon, Roddy McIntosh, Devon Seal, KB Charles, Zachary Ransom, Terry Lyons, Pink Panther, Oscar B, College Boy Jesse, and Luther. Just say thank you, Sparrow. That's all, that is all, that is all. All happening on Saturday, July 26th at Sapa and Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Second edition tickets bought by Saturday, July 19th. Cost $50 less if they last.
For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, Sparrow.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji. Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1-868-384-3844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're 8 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. So, the last caller in the first hour did ask for a statement or a release on the CPEP workers not being paid on Friday. So, I will tell you this. This is the article, CPEP payroll. Remember I said I saw the article, I just couldn't remember the exact statement that was given by Padarat. But CPEP payroll, Gonzalez calls out Padarat as fired workers yet to receive promised July salaries. So let's read. After over 300 contractors, CPEP contractors were terminated on June 27th, the UNC-led government had proposed that the 10,500 workers affected by the move would receive their salaries for July. Those salaries were initially supposed to be paid out last week. However, Padarat confirmed to Guardian Media that government had not been able to fulfill the promise because CPEP required supplemental funding. Now, supplemental funding, for those of you who may not know, it simply means additional funding. Additional funding granted by a committee to those who need to be awarded that funding, okay? Something to that effect. Just, it's additional funding, right? They required supplemental funding. As such, he said efforts were now being made towards processing the outstanding payments to the contractors by next week. And Gonzalez, however, dismissed Padarat's assurances, accusing the minister of spreading misinformation and presiding over what he described as a reign of terror against the country's most vulnerable. Padarat, however, pushed back and accused Gonzalez and members of the previous PNM government of causing the delay in funding, saying that, quote, MP Gonzalez should be the last person to use trust and deficit in the same sentence. Had MP Gonzalez and his cohorts sought the interests of workers instead of contractors, friends, family, and financiers of the PNM, the new administration would not have to wait for supplemental funding through the media review to address the situation. If Shameless had a face, it would be Marvin Gonzalez, end quote. So let me explain you real quick here. to all those CPEP workers who did not get pay. Kicking and screaming and making noise and being vexed that you didn't get pay Friday is the least of your argument. Because if we go back to last year, September, October, there was a budget that was presented by the former Minister of Finance, Colin Mimbert. That budget was a $60 billion budget. So let me explain this here like ABC, 1, 2, 3, all right? That $60 billion budget was supposed to fund the fiscal year. The fiscal year would have been September 2024 to September 2025. All right? Budget to budget. We had an election in April. We had an incoming government, which is this one. Upon taking up office, this government, through the Prime Minister, came to the public and said that a lot of the ministries, majority of the ministries, when they did their checks, were reading zero, meaning out of that $60 billion budget that the PNM presented to the public, by April, May of 2025, the money gone, disappear. Right? Hence the reason why they had to go to the Parliament and request additional funding in the media review. So, given what we see taking place with CPEP and all these contracts that were given out, right? And money just being thrown left, right, and center, and a whole election campaign taking place, you have to understand, $60 billion budget disappeared. And yet, I am not seeing any media house asking where that money went. Because how you could set a $60 billion budget for September 2024 to September 25, but in April or May, coincidentally when it had an election, the money gone. And the incoming government now have to now get additional funding to fund May, June, July, August, September for the rest of the year. So what Pararat is saying, remember the media review only recently took place, right? Was debated and approved. So now, that supplemental funding has to be approved and processed in order for those payments to be made. It's a process. But had the money been there from the $60 billion budget, the money that disappeared, it would have just been to process the payment. And therein lies your problem. It's just that it had to go through a process of approval, and then, of course, payments will be made. But the issue here, as usual, for all you people out there in Trinidad and Tobago, is where did your $60 billion budget go? Where the money went? Where? Where is the major project that took place between September 2024 and April 2028? What was it? April 2025. What was it? The general election project? Where did your $60 billion budget go? Not a media house in asking that. Not a media house. The media should have that on the front page every single day. So then now you end up in a situation like this now, where money is not readily available. You have to go and get more money approved. And of course, it's going to have some noise. And that is what opposition is good at. creating noise. PNM is especially good at that. The UNC, not so much. Right? Remember, I keep telling all of that during the UNC stay in opposition. I say, but I would have about 20, 30,000 people in the streets. The PNM is capable of doing that. So, just keep that in mind. I think that's what the caller was alluding to as well. You're giving them a reason for people when the opposition leaders say, come back home. Now you're giving people a reason to, you understand? And you're giving them an opportunity to garner strength and bounce back when you should be putting the nail in the coffin. Right? I'll show you another thing in terms of narrative. If we talk in narrative and that kind of thing, right? There was, remember I told you all, the former Minister of Finance, who should be answering questions as to where the $60 billion budget went. He busy on X, man, putting out tweets. Well, they don't call it Twitter again, but post. Right? Yeah, I can't say tweet, it's not Twitter again. He said, so now, if I decide to jog around the Queen's Park Savannah for exercise, or go to the beach, or go hiking, I must have ID on me. And if I don't, I commit a criminal offense. This UNC government is one of the most draconian and oppressive administrations in the Western Hemisphere. Imagine he who tell you, I raised gas once, I raised gas twice, I raised it 3 times, they ain't riot yet. He talking about oppressive. He who implement every tax he could have implement on John Public in the 10 years as Minister of Finance, he talking about draconian and oppressive. But anyway, I just putting this out for you to see the tone and the narrative. So I saw this and I was like, but what are you talking about? So you know your boy, I go and do my little checks and balances. And lo and behold, I found this headline, Bobby Roger Alexander headline for me. And I'm just saying to you all, don't get tied up with speed talk. Alexander says, law coming to make it mandatory to carry identification. So Alexander says this, and Imbert's response is that this is the most draconian, oppressive government. Because if I go in and run around the savannah, I have ID on me. But you see, Imbert never traveled. When you're traveling to a foreign country, you know you must, anywhere you're going, you always have your passport on you, right? You always walk with some form of identification, right? But anyway, let us see if what Alexander is saying has anything to do with running around the savannah or anything like that. Alexander says, government is moving to make it mandatory for all citizens to walk with a form of identification at all times in an effort for the police to enforce proposed changes which would raise the legal age limit to consume alcohol, use marijuana, and gamble. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander said on July 10th that the enforcement of the new laws was the responsibility of the police. He said the Prime Minister had informed him of the proposal before she spoke at a political platform on July 7th in Pinal. The PM proposed increasing the legal age to drink alcohol from 18 to 21 and increasing the age to smoke marijuana and gamble from 18 to 25 years. He said, quote, if you tell me you are 16 years old, I could say I'm 40 years old, but I'm 17 years old. So, you know, it's Alexander talking here, so you had to excuse the gibberish. So some people more so must walk with some form of ID so police can ascertain your age and your address. So it's something we're looking to address. He said the new laws will make it easier to detect minors who consume alcohol. That's it. In other words, Imbert, like you, nobody would mistake you for somebody under 25 years old. We're using common sense here. You see why I say we must have a ministry of common sense? Nobody would mistake you except for your height. They might mistake you for a baby. But nobody outside of that, right? When they watch your face and everything, they wouldn't mistake you for somebody under 25. So if they see you drinking alcohol, they will ask you for your ID. However, in the advanced world and in the world where we need people to comply in order for police to enforce so that the thing could be implemented properly, everybody knows a 16-year-old could look like a 25 or a 26-year-old, depending on their build and development at that stage, right? Because some are like that. How many men out here have taken young girls for big women? You understand? Well, not me, because I don't watch young girls, but they're saying it's a men who get tied up like that. They watch a little 17-year-old girl, and she's so advanced and so developed, they're telling themselves it's a big woman. Right? So in other words, you could be 25 and look 18. On the reverse end of that, right? Like me. I am 48, but people told me I look like 28. Are taken that? Yeah. Right? So you could be older and mistaken for younger. You could be younger and mistaken for older. But of course, there are exceptions to the rules. This only applies, I would imagine, to a particular kind of age group. You with your gray hair and thing collecting pension, nobody asking you for ID. You know, no police in the right mind will say, where ID? You know what I mean? Watch an elderly person and ask them for that. So this goes along, I think, with international standards. Anywhere, if you're going into, I spoke about it, I think it's last week. I said in Miami, I went to Miami and we went and we going to take 2 beers out the thing in the gas station to drink our 2 beers. And the man, when I go to pay by the counter, the man asked me for ID. Remember I tell you that last week and I said, well, I feel good. I'm looking young. You understand what I'm saying? It's just standard procedure, right? In order to enforce and uphold certain laws. All right? So, oh God, but I'm just showing you the narrative now. The narrative. And that is how dangerous certain things could be. Hello, good morning, or become. Morning.
Good morning to you, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead. Share your thoughts quick. I have about 5 minutes to take some calls here.
Yes, Stefan, I just hope the government take you as a spokesman because you put it over how them can't even put it over. I just hope the caller who called yourself understand you even more. Mr. Stefan, here, the PNM start the new chapter. That was what they say in the election. So what happened here is their chapter in opposition that will bring out CPEP workers. I haven't got, I mean to say I haven't seen any CPEP workers in Granny protesting.
Okay.
It's only that set it for us. But let me tell you something quick before I go. I want to give Barapo a big sort of hole and I hold it in the next side. And we go solve that piece for Port of Spain. Stefan, you might be in it. You have to come out. We go tell you. And we learn that piece, Port of Spain and Diego Martin, go down to Venezuela. And we all right here. Thank you, sir.
Right, no problem. Well, you know, and this is where the government themselves, I think they are lacking in terms of having a minister of communication. They think they don't need one. But communication with the public is everything. A good person that could communicate with the public and put the message across the right way sets the tone in terms of the response, the narrative, everything. It sets a particular tone. It's the way that we communicate with the public is very important. Hello, good morning. And not any and everybody could do that.
Stefan. What are you?
Yeah, man.
So, if the former AG say raising the age limit to smoke the cannabis would only affect young African youths, right? And CPEP is against, CPEP is mostly young African people in it.
Yeah.
When it comes to marijuana use, right, and raising the age limit, so when the government raised the age limit for drinking, what ethnicity them affecting?
Yeah, I mentioned that, yes, last week. I said, so the age limit on drinking alcohol go affect all the Indo-Trinidadians then.
All the Indian, yeah.
But you know, like the Indian like to drink rum. I think that's exactly what I said last week, yeah.
So they're pushing our ethnicity now.
Well,
a race ethnicity business.
But that's
I'll
how
send
it's
you some information there on
always
your
been.
next number. You read it.
All right, cool.
Okay,
When I
I
reach home, yeah. No problem. Yeah, man. But that's how it's always been. Race baiting, fear mongering, and things of that nature. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Stefan.
Yep, morning.
I'm looking at you on Facebook, so I don't know who's saying what on the phone. I don't know.
Okay.
With regard to Imbert running around the savannah, have you ever in your life seen him running around the savannah or heard of him running around the savannah?
Well, I heard he don't even share elevator, but that's a story for another day. Go ahead.
Exactly. So anyway, that's a story for another day. At least in Trinidad, you can buy a beer and walk around and drink it. You cannot do that nowhere else.
Exactly, you cannot do that anywhere else.
You cannot drink an alcoholic beverage in a bottle or wherever outside a prescribed establishment. So if they decide to do that here, what will happen? Trinidad will shut down. Anyway, forget them. I don't even know why they're giving these people any kind of, they're letting them right here and right there and putting a mic in front of them. These people are so irrelevant now, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, Kareem Marcel. When he talked about Barry Padarap is the prime minister, believes he's the prime minister and he's not, nobody voted for him. He didn't get the memo where Dr. Rowley installed a prime minister. Wasn't Stuart Young installed as a prime minister?
Yeah, because that's what he said, He said Barry Padarap, nobody voted for you as prime minister. You are not the prime minister.
Yeah, he's talking about call election now and all kind of rubbish. These people, did they get the memo that their prime minister installed somebody as a prime minister, as a sitting prime minister, and nobody voted for that person? So what he talking about, like Kamala call, he calling, like Kamala call an election, and these people sit down clapping, it's so disgraceful. Oh gosh, all you get with the program now. Nobody don't want to hear them, Okay, good night.
All right, no problem. No, I want to hear Kareem Marcel. And like I said, if I'm the government, I want Kareem Marcel to keep talking. Because the more he talks, is the more he does the work for the government. He doing more work for the government than the government doing for the government right now. Morning, every time he talk.
Blessed morning, Stefan.
And it's entertaining too. Yeah, go ahead.
Greetings to the guys and everybody back too.
Yeah.
Well, boy, it's plenty points of reflection and conflection this morning. You start the week hot. But let we address this age changes, illegalities in consumption and gambling. Bro, you brought to light the white elephant in the room, and I don't even think it's white anymore. I think it's fluorescent now. We can't avoid seeing these things. You see simplicity in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
It is too complicated, my brother. And I'm beginning to wonder if our citizenry really see how unseriously or lack of seriousness politicians treat with us. This opposition we have right now, I believe it's time for them to get clown shoes and nose and wig, because the disrespect that they train out there, hoping for support from the population, it is really getting out of time, and they now start. So I can imagine how the first year anniversary recap going to be and going forward. But we really do need to address the accessibility of these substances and habits that our young people do have.
Yeah.
We are a little too free in our jurisdiction, and even our tourism is powered by the freeness. Like the lady before spoke about being able to walk around with a bottle of alcohol exposed and not being reprimanded. Some of these things we really have to look into, and I believe as a collaborator, because I always say, it don't matter whether red or yellow, everybody had to be mellow. In this place. And I think we need to start focusing on that. And write articles telling these nonsensical politicians who have so many letters after their name and degrees to shut up. Because the disruptive now is a destructive situation, and it's plain to see they don't have access to the nation. So going on retirement home and like young people like Akeem and them who ride in this stupid way need to wake up.
Right.
They embarrassing themselves. But bro, we go touch the other items as we go on with everybody and have a chance to talk. So blessings for the day, and we will pick up.
Yeah, man, no scene. I'll take one more, and then we got to go to the break. We got Eat Nights coming up. Morning.
Hello, morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yes, Stefan. How come I'm not hearing anything about the corruption uncovered in the URP, where a senior government minister, ex-government PNM government official, daughter is on the payroll, but she's studying abroad? How come I'm not hearing anything about that?
I'll take a look into that. I saw it. I'll take a look into that.
I'm just referring to what I read.
Yeah. I saw the article. I saw the article.
Stefan,
yeah, my brother. No problem. All right, so we got to take a break. We got Eat Nights coming up. But let me tell you something, yeah? I don't think it's a matter of wanting the opposition to shut up. And we had enough of them, and they had 10 years, and this and the other. The opposition's role is to keep the government accountable. However, on almost every issue that they've raised, it's been along the same line. They've used the words terror, dictatorship, oppressive. These are the words that they're using, right? Divisive. That's where their narrative has been. And I think any right-thinking person, when you take into consideration, we just had a change in government, they haven't spent 3 months in office yet, they're trying to clean up some mess from the former administration. There has been nothing that could be considered divisive, dictatorial, or anything along those lines in what I just said, right? Or raining terror on citizens. I don't think anybody could provide a decent argument to support those comments coming out from the opposition. I think that this is what they're doing. They're just trying to disrupt by creating that division because they have no other choice. Because you see, they just had 10 years of failure. They just had 10 years where they did nothing for poor people. What could they come and say? What argument could they build? They were there for 10 years. Not for 5, for 10. They did nothing. So how could they now come and profess themselves to be the champion of poor people? You understand? And I'll tell you this. I'm all for the opposition raising issues against the government. It's healthy. It's what democracy is all about. I think that somebody has to keep the government on their toes. But you got to do it from a position of facts. You have to bring a decent argument to the table that somebody can say, well, yeah, boy. One of the most ridiculous things that we've heard over the last week is the president saying that her criticism, people that are criticizing her is because she's a woman. Imagine that. Just stop and think about that for 1 second. Because you're a woman? The government challenged your independence and your ability not to be biased towards the PNM opposition through your selection of independent senators. And the only counter-argument you could come up with has nothing to do with your integrity, your honesty, your independence, but the only argument you could have come up with is that it's because you're a woman. Just think about that for 1 second. Even if you had to BS the population into creating a narrative or a response along the lines of your independence and integrity and so on and so forth, even if you had to BS us, you could have BS us, right? But to not even have anything based on that and just simply says, because as a woman, just tells you the state that the counter argument is in right now to whatever the government is doing. It's poor. Piss poor at that. So, as we go to the break here, we got Eid Nights coming up. Let me just give you, let me get Steel Force now. So we got Steel Force Caribbean Limited, located at number 47, lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, and they're your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. They offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. You could give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. And Jameson, that's right. So Jameson, reminding you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor, and for additional support, try the delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. And with that, we take a break.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Alta's Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. We got Edenites with us, Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson. We're going to bring them in via Zoom. And last week, we were talking about the colon. And, well, you know, the colon, it does take a while to clear it, so we're going back to part 2 here. All right, so we can bring them in. Nice, man. Yeah, Dr. Thompson, morning to you, man.
All right, morning to you.
Right, so the colon, I know it does take a while to clear the colon. So I know last week we started to talk about it. So we're back at it for, well, no pun intended here, the back end of the conversation here now, part 2.
Yes, well, actually, before we go there, just a reminder for persons, you know, we're going to be in Tobago on the 28th and the 29th of this month, July. Right, so persons can actually book their appointments on the 28th and the 29th of July. You can check out our Facebook page. You'll see some information there on the on Tobago. And of course, when you go through the Facebook page, you'll actually see some even more information, interesting information on things like, for example, you know, men always having trouble with this erectile dysfunction. So you can actually check out that. You'll see some information there. Okay. And actually a treatment that we normally do for that, which is called PC treatment. That actually works pretty good to clear the arteries and to improve blood flow to the system. Actually, I remember a lady, she came in, she did actually 1 treatment. She actually got a lot of pain in the leg. And, you know, talking to her the next time, well, I told her before, you know, it's going to take some time before you see results. And the next time that she came in, she was like, so, you know, I'm actually getting less pain now. So it's actually working fast for her, you know, so thank God. Some persons actually respond like that. Not everybody will respond like that. So you can check out the Facebook page, check out the Instagram. You'll also get some information on TikTok as well. And coming up, right, soon, we'll actually be coming up where we actually do have a special on colon cleansing as well for persons that they can actually take advantage of that. We generally have a package that persons can actually look into where we do like cleaning of the colon. Not only that, we also do the lymphatic system as well. We also increase oxygen through the colon as well too. That's an interesting concept that we'll get into today. Like Dr. Navarro actually expand on that particular one. But the colon, anybody that's, as we touched on before, anybody that's constipated usually end up with acid reflux. This is a key sign that you have to look at as well too. Chronic acid reflux usually leads on to things like asthma. Right, you have to actually look at that carefully because there's a lot of persons that gases and acids will rise over a period of time. Eventually, as those gases rises, gets into the lung area, could actually cause damage to the lung. That's why some persons either suffered cough or this constant nagging cough after they would have actually been diagnosed with acid reflux if it's chronic. So for persons who are actually dealing with constipation, know that you'll get things like bloating, gas, the acid reflux. As we touched on last week, some of them do have like depression, anxiety. They actually, if you pay close attention to some persons who are really, really constipated, especially those that have serious mental issues, all right? They tend to actually have constipation as well, those that have serious mental issues. I remember actually talking to a guy, he came into the clinic and he said what actually keeps him, well, actually I was talking to his mom mostly. She said what actually keeps him calm, because he suffered with schizophrenia or schizophrenic. She's a schizophrenic patient. What actually keeps him calm is ever so often he will go in and do a cleansing of his colon, and that actually kept him really calm. Of course, we looked at the link between the microbes and how the brain generally functions. If a person doesn't have enough friendly bacteria, or if they're not functioning properly for them, most persons actually lead on even into mental issues as well. So it's not so much only spiritual aspect of it, but it also has a part to play with your physical and how you're feeling in general. So cleaning of the colon is actually very important. You don't want bad bacteria to stay there. You don't want to get overgrowth of things like yeast, because when a person get overgrowth of, let's say, candida yeast, for example, most of the time person will lead on to developing things like tumors or cancerous tumors over a period of time. All right. So this is where it's actually very important to look at cleansing of the colon. So with persons who actually have skin issues, right, is itching of the skin, psoriasis, eczemas. Some of them may be having even other autoimmune conditions like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. If you have colitis, all of that has a part to play with issues stemming from the colon over a period of time. All right, we know nothing happens within one day. It takes time. That's why when we're doing a cleansing process for person, it will take time for them. As you touch on this morning, I just want to share that we'll go deeper into the topic maybe next week, Monday, on things like marijuana and cigarette, let's say the chemicals that actually come in. Most of the chemicals that comes in from the, let's say, the cigarettes or from smoking, most of the time these chemicals actually end up within the colon. They do damage the liver as well. They do cause complications to the kidneys as well. And when we're actually doing a cleanse for person, you get this scent, all right, coming out of that person from cigarette smoke because of the number of years they have actually been doing this particular habit. Right, you get this scent. You get this scent sometimes even from marijuana or from other drugs that they might actually be using when we're doing a cleansing of the colon. So it's important when you're doing a total detox of the body, all right, to also have enough protein within the diet, because the liver actually depends upon protein for further detoxification. So as we go through all the channels of elimination, you'll see from week to week. Mondays we're going to be coming and we're going to go through all the different channels of elimination. We're just touching on the colon firstly, and then we'll look at the liver, then we'll go into the kidneys, and then we'll continue onwards into basically doing a proper detox of the human body itself. Right? So
Let
you
me
bring
just,
in Dr.
can I just
Navarro
ask
now.
you, let me just ask one thing now.
Sure.
In terms of the good bacteria, right? You know, they just give you that, you just get the good bacteria to drink.
Yes.
Right. That's after I think you do like a colonic or something. So there's usually give you the bacteria. That have a how long that is good for? Does that have an expiry date or?
Um, but most of the time, well, I mean, if you're buying it, you'll see it on the label itself. But once it's open, all right, once it's open to the air, all right, then the bacteria actually starts dying. So that's why they will put it in capsules to try to get it to last longer time. So you'll actually see certain capsules and that actually slow release within the body. So generally, most persons have to look at what you call live cultures. That's why I always try to recommend foods, which is what you call prebiotic, which is your fiber. If you don't need any fiber, then automatically you don't have anything that feeds the good bacteria. So I always mention to the person, you're eating for two, all right? Whenever you eat for yourself, to feed yourself, and you're also eating for the friendly bacteria as well. Once you don't need anything with fiber, or basically either, as we even break it down to the soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, once you don't eat any of those type of foods, then you're not feeding your friendly bacteria. Eventually, there's so much environmental toxins that can actually kill them. There's antibiotics that can actually kill them. There's things like sugar, brown sugar, white sugar. There are certain foods, if you actually eat down that line, for example, like kiwi, which works pretty good to increase certain types of friendly bacteria, like what we call bifidobacterium. That actually, when you do that, it stops you from getting things like diarrhea. If it is that you don't have enough friendly bacteria, now it's very difficult to really test that. But what we do within the live blood test, we'll actually look at the white blood cells, and they give us actually an indication of if a person is actually lacking friendly bacteria. All right, so that's actually a nice, interesting concept where persons can check their blood. Apart from doing normal blood testing or stool cultures or for bacteria testing, it's you can actually do a normal, simple live blood test, and that can give you a little indication of what's going on. So
Okay.
it's something that you have to really look into. But there's so many things that could affect the friendly bacteria.
All right. Well, Dr. Navarro has been with us as well, so we will bring him in on the conversation for the second half of this conversation this morning. So, Doc, what you got to add?
Well, I think he said about everything, most of it. You know, he covered most of what I was going to talk about. But anyway, the importance is that every patient that comes in should do colonics. You know,
Right.
especially those who are constipated, who have digestive problems. Acid reflux is very common, very common. It seems to be becoming like a plague, and of course, both liver and colon, you need to cleanse both of them, because the liver plays a very important part in the digestive system, and therefore we focus on the liver. Every patient that comes in, whether they have liver stress or not, if you're going to do the colon, once you see the yellow crystals are indication that the water that is being reabsorbed into the body, because that's one of the functions of the colon, um, is that there's waste in the lining, and that could be accumulated over years. That's why when you see fellas with this big stomach, all that is a lot of waste. I don't know if you ever heard that when this guy died, famous actor, um, what's his name? John Wayne. That yeah, he had 70 pounds of waste. He's a big man. 70 pounds of waste in his colon.
Wow.
When they did the autopsy, you know, he had that, and some people carry around a lot of weight, a lot of waste, and that of course affects the health. It affects the probiotics in your gut, which is necessary. Of course, it 70% of your defense mechanism is based on the good bacteria. And of course, Dr. Thompson was talking about when we see the it's called hypersegmented white blood cells, or the neutrophils. When we see that, we know for a fact that the immune system is compromised. A lot of people walking around with immune systems until they do a live blood analysis, they don't realize that, hey, your immune system is compromised, and that's
Right.
serious, especially for diabetics. We have a lot of diabetics, and of course, because of the type of foods that they're eating, they compromise their bacteria, and that leads to um, malfunction of the immune system. Some of them don't exercise, so you have immune system and lymphatic system being affected, and that could cause a lot of problems and issues, and basically all the diseases and what actually happens is that you already have complications with diabetes. Eventually, the hypertension steps in. So now most of them have high blood pressure and diabetes. And then, of course, they're not eating properly. They don't have a proper immune system. And a lot of them end up with cancer. A lot of people don't realize that diabetics are 7 times more prone to cancer than the average person. Seven times, eh? That's a high ratio.
Okay.
And that's why we have such a good program to help them to bring down the blood sugar. You want to bring down the blood sugar, number one, to below 120, and the colonics is a key factor. Cleaning the colon is a key factor, because if you keep dumping waste into the bloodstream, which what happens every time your body needs to rehydrate, every time you drink water, and every time your body needs to rehydrate, it pulls water from the colon, and it pulls minerals from the colon,
Okay.
right? And but you're not only pulling water. When your colon is congested, you're pulling toxins, and those toxins affect all the other organs. So it's like a domino effect. The kidneys have to pick up the slack. The liver, of course, is included, and of course your skin conditions come out. And I always say that your skin reflects the condition of your blood. It mirrors the blood. So when you see people with all kind of conditions of the skin and rash and itching and all these things,
Yeah.
that is because your colon is congested. When they talk about it, from the time they start talking, and I'm doing a consultation, and they start talking about how they have this skin condition and they're scratching all over, itching. I mean, it could be the kidneys too, as well. If they're going into renal failure, they get itching as well. But most of the time, skin conditions are because of a very congested colon. And again, we're talking about the amount of diabetics we have and the conditions. As I said, we always encourage them, all our patients, regardless, across the board. Cleansing of the colon is number one priority, because that is going to poison the entire body.
Okay.
You know, it's like a ruptured septic tank. Son?
Okay.
So it's important, very important, that you find out if your colon is congested or not. And with the live blood analysis, you actually see the crystals. I take my
No, we get it's sticking slightly, but we getting you. And we have about a minute
well,
left.
that's the main thing. All right.
So we just got about
So
60
this is
seconds.
it. So, all right. Well, that's enough time. Yeah, as I said, it's a very, very important factor. People don't think about it. Like if it's part, they want to get better, but of course, you need to detoxify the colon, put back in the good probiotics, and some of them need prebiotics. And of course, Brian was talking about kiwi, but kiwi is a very expensive fruit.
Yes, I see the price of kiwi in the grocery.
Kiwi, they could use cabbage, cabbage.
Okay.
Cabbage is very good.
The purple one or the normal one?
Both, any cabbage you can
Any
use.
cabbage, and we have a purple. They say that.
But make sure and wash your cabbage, because there are cycles where they spray the cabbage a lot. So
Yeah.
make sure and soak your cabbage properly, you know?
Okay.
That so that you can get rid of some of the chemicals. A little trick is to put a little food grade hydrogen peroxide in the sink, and you soak your vegetables for a couple of minutes, and that will pull a lot of the chemicals out of the vegetables. Vegetables are not like animal protein. They do not have a bloodstream.
Okay.
So there's 25 times more chemicals in animals because of the bloodstream than vegetables.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
So it's important to wash your vegetables with a little food grade peroxide, and that usually helps.
All right.
Okay?
All right, well, guys, we're out of time for this week, but next week's going to be very interesting, as it usually is. Waiting to hear about that conversation, because I think it's something a lot of people are talking about. It's something that a lot of people not really educated on as well, especially maybe some of the younger people who engage in the use of marijuana and alcohol. They may not understand, you know, at a young age. I know it has to do with a lot with the development of the mind, and, you know, but the younger you are, you know, your mind's still developing in a kind of way. Your body's developing, and when you engage in certain things, it kind of defeats your full potential, or development potential. So I guess we'll talk about that next week, but we're out of time for this week.
Yes.
All right?
All right, bless it.
Okay.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Oh.
All right, that's Edenites on the Inside, man. And just before we go to the break, of course, I want to remind you very quickly here, we're going to come back with the birthdays, but open minds. Open minds and chef. Yeah. So, yeah, which one are you giving me first? All right, me chef. All right, so Chef Shiraz and the Culinary Academy people, they have the entire schedule of courses that will take place for this month and next month, from the 21st of July all the way down to the 9th of August. And they include food, restaurant, and catering workshop, the summer kids cooking classes, and the certificate in culinary arts, along with the baking and pastry course. And they round off the entire summer 2025 with the Creative International Cuisine cooking course. So make sure and get in contact with Chef today. You could give him a call or WhatsApp him on 3724639 or 737-5097. Those are the numbers that you want to contact. And finally, Open Minds Education. Parents, if you're looking for something meaningful for the kids this summer, this is it. Open Minds is back with their online summer camp, and it's more than just worksheets and lectures. From July 21st to August 15th, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to noon, your child will be learning math, grammar, and creative writing live on Zoom. No drop-offs, no traffic, no hassle, just smart learning from the comfort of your home. And spots are limited, so WhatsApp them now on 388-6635. That's Open Minds, Education Beyond Boundaries. With that, we take the final break. We got the birthdays when we return.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you.
with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Calypso lovers, get ready for a night of musical nostalgia as Trinidad and Tobago says thank you, Sparrow. Enjoy electrifying appearances from today's stars as they perform the greatest hits from the mighty Sparrow.
Like Chuck Gordon, Roddy McIntosh, Devon Seal, KB Charles, Zachary Ransom, Terry Lyons, Pink Panther, Oscar B, College Boy Jesse, and Luther to say thank you, Sparrow.
That's all, that is all, that is all.
All happening on Saturday, July 26th at Sapa and Thursday, July 31st at Napa. Showtime 6 p.m. Second edition tickets bought by Saturday, July 19th. Cost $50 less if they last.
For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, Sparrow.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tommy used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
No time to waste this vacation. Join Elders Classes Vacation Bootcamp.
Our vacation program has a wide range of CSEC subjects. Also, this vacation, we have an 8 weeks conversational Spanish course. Tradition allows us at Elders to pass on what we know and what we love.
Drill them this vacation. No kicks. Join your batch.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisure Limited. Quality you can trust.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji. Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, face, and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +18683843844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, so we're back, and we got to wrap things up with the birthdays this morning, people. So we prepare to get to that, and then we're back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 2 interviews, 2 people coming in. There's a trade fair taking place. I'll give all you more information on that in the morning, but there's this trade fair. 2 of the people that will be there on the trade fair will be here this, tomorrow. We also have the return of Seth Weil aboard. I preempted him for 2 weeks because we were off to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So Seth is back on tomorrow. And of course, we will get into those discussions on everything else that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago, including Sean Sobers and that UK passport situation. We have the little clip where he spoke on it. I didn't get to run it this morning, but we might touch that tomorrow and find out how you feel about that. All right, so birthdays. Happy birthday going out to a mother, Lena Bashk. Lena celebrates her birthday, and this is coming from her 4 children and 7 grandchildren. So, Lena, have a wonderful day. Nice. Also, happy 4th birthday to Samaya from your parents, Shivana and Shiva, your sister Samira, your grandmother Annie, great-grandparents Lazina and Amadat, Bahadur Singh, along with the Bahadur Singh family. They love you lots, and God's blessings to you on your special day. Lovely, man. The Bahadur Singh family, they don't miss, boy. Also, good morning, Stefan. I celebrated my 50th plus birthday yesterday with 2 amazing men in my life. All right, this is Nicola Jordan. So, Nicola, happy birthday to you. And yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed your birthday yesterday. Also, good day. Hope all is well. Want to wish my grandson, Emerson, a happy 11th birthday coming from Lazina and Amadat from Aruka. Your parents, Priscilla, Goodson from New York. Your 5 siblings, your niece and nephew, and brother-in-law. May God bless you and wish you many more to come. Hope you have a great day and stay safe. Happy birthday. Nice, man. Boom, 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 boom. Two more. Birthday greetings to Narayan Ramsingh from his wife Chandra Ramsingh and from your children Savi, Dev, Navin and Pavi, and also from all your grandchildren and the entire Ramsingh family, wishing you a happy 75th birthday. Lovely man. Enjoy it. And finally, good morning, happy birthday greetings to a beautiful daughter, Lesha Emma, celebrating her 11th birthday today, and wishing her all the best from her dad, 2 brothers, and her mom. All right, nice, lovely. All right, with that, people, we wrap up for today. We put it away. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. We hope you enjoyed the show this morning. And we're out. Have a good one.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.